Why don't we have a body, a carcass, bones, etc.? Well, that's kind of a bold statement. First of all, I don't think we know that to be true. There are some claims that bodies have been recovered. We do have some photo evidence of some things, which you can find a whole video about that on our Patreon account. We just don't know that to be true. And let's just say, for argument's sake, and hold on a second, I want to talk about Mount St. Helens too. I mean, if the stories out of Mount St. Helens are even partially true, the bodies that they hauled off of that mountain, plus we've had stories of military personnel swooping in to remove bodies without them being identified, and even stories about men in black insisting that what was seen was a bear and nothing more, and don't tell anyone anything else. There's a lot of stories out there in the world that would be contradictory to the statement, well, we've never found a body. So anyway, let's just say, for argument's sake, that is true and we have never found a body. Okay. So I'm not an expert outdoorsman. Okay. I will be honest and upfront about that. I'm more of an armchair researcher. So what I have found in my research is that when you're talking about an apex predator, there's predator mentality and there's prey mentality. And when you have apex predator mentality, when they come to the end of their life cycle, they will hide themselves. Okay? Humans tend to do this as well. We want to be in a closed, private area when we're sick and we're dying. We don't want to be, exposed. Same thing with a Sasquatch or a grizzly, that sort of thing. They will go off and die. They're not going to die out in the open. I mean, barring some sort of, confrontation with another creature that leaves them dead, or some sort of freak incident that leaves them dead out in the open. They will not die willingly out in the open. So you're gonna, yes, I do believe that somewhere there are cave systems full of these bones. And, I know that's crazy to think about, but it's true. I mean, we don't know how deep some of these cave systems run. And if we are to believe that Sasquatch is a subterranean creature that spends a lot of time under the ground, then we should, you should find it reasonable to believe that you'll find bones there if you go deep enough. And then, how many times, now let's hear from the outdoors guys, how many times have you been walking through the woods and came across the carcass of an apex predator? I'm willing to bet that it's very seldom. So comparatively speaking, but if you watch some of these time-lapse videos of a creature dying in the forest, whether it's like a deer or like whatever it may be, you'll watch this time-lapse and it'll show you what happens to the carcass. And it doesn't take long. I mean, it literally is just, decomposition sets in, and then the creatures start coming in and eating and gnawing and pulling and tugging, and bones go this way and that way. And by the time they're done gnawing on the bones, I mean, there's just not much left, and you really can't even tell what it was. And then it's sort of gone, almost like dust in the wind. So So yeah, I like I said, I don't think that the statement is true that we've never found a carcass, first of all. And even if it were true, I think that there's perfectly reasonable explanations as to why. All right? That's all I got to say about that. J Mac out.